Hello everyone, so I was finally able to watch Somebody I Used to Know. This is a new Amazon Prime original movie that is about an hour and 45 minutes long, rated R, and stars Alison Brie. It is directed and written by James Franco and Alison Brie, and Jay Ellis is also in this. So yes, without further ado, let me get into my review for Amazon's new original movie. So the synopsis of this movie is that on a trip to her hometown, workaholic Allie, played by Alison Brie, reminisces with her ex Sean and starts to question everything about the person she's become. Things only seem to get more confusing when she meets Cassidy, who reminds her of the person she used to be. Cassidy, well, I guess it's a bit of a spoiler unless you've seen the trailers, but basically, Alison Brie goes to her hometown, meets again to her ex-boyfriend, ex-lover, who turns out that he is getting married, and it is just again to a bit of an identity crisis that she goes through, and again to getting to learn both, or I guess really catch up with her old friends, meet the new Sean, meet Cassidy, and again to discover her new self in a lot of ways, because again too it's they make it out that she's kind of the showrunner of a few reality TV series, and she just works, and this is the first time she's ever had to really discover herself in a long time. So again, so I'm not going to get into how events transpire in a lot of ways, but in the sense of how they really do, I found that this is definitely isn't a movie to get invested in the characters a lot of the ways, because a lot of them are just absolute asshole shitbags in a lot of ways, especially the main character of Allie. You can see you're not gonna root for her in a lot of ways, because what she does is really like unforgivable in a lot of ways, and how she tries to sabotage the wedding and play with everyone else's feelings and the industry that she works in. There really isn't any redeemable qualities within her that aren't extremely tropey for any like romantic comedy you've ever watched in your whole life. This definitely doesn't do anything new within the genre. It does have some decent context about again to self-discovery and what it means to let go of again relationships to better the other parties who you've left. I can't do it has some decent commentary in that, but not really anything that you haven't seen before in most any other romantic comedy. I found too just the way that the self-realization comes in. It does those things where the main character does some unspeakable, like horrible, like an unforgivable thing that they just completely forget about until it comes into their mind as the wrong moments in the movie sort of thing, or the worst possible moments that could have happened in the movie. It does that trope that again too. It's not definitely not a movie to get into the characters to get invested in within them, because yeah, for the most part again too, it's some of the jokes are funny. I found it got a little too raunchy for my taste in a lot of ways, where there's just like, the humor is very sexual based, and it just really wasn't doing a whole lot for me. There are some witty little comments, and I found really the only things that made me laugh were just little like the little jokes that you may have heard in your own conversations talking with people you once had romantic interest with, or friends that you caught up with before. The person who played Abed from Communities and within this, and he had some good lines that made me crack up a few times. But yeah, for a lot of it, the characters are just not really dynamic at all. Again, too, it's just not the greatest romantic comedy that you've ever seen in your life. So really, with everything taken together, I'm gonna have to give it a 4.5 out of 10. It's nothing special. It's fun to, if you just want to turn your brain off and get into it. But again, too, don't go into this one expecting really a whole lot of great things to transpire out of it. It's decent at moments, but taking it overall, it's just a very bland iteration entry within to the romantic comedy genre. But if you've seen Somebody I Used to Know, please let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. And if you like this review, definitely give it a thumbs up. And you can check out everything I do on my channel through my playlist. I'll link some up top here for convenience sake. Thank you for subscribing and turn that little ringer on so you know when I upload new videos. And yeah, just awesome, guys.